Hi, I'm Maddie. I write stories. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update, and as you can tell by the title of this video, um, I venom. I finished writing my zero draft, and I am very excited with how the story is turning out. I do have a few little typos that I need to figure out, not figure out, but fix before I start writing my chapters. But I will start doing that this week. Um, Having a clear image of the ending is so important to me for writing any story, really, because I'm one of those people who like to drop little speckles of foreshadowing from the very beginning, and I really want to keep the reader on their toes 90% of the time, or like guessing what this person is up to. I like characters like Aelin Galathynius from Throne of Glass, by Sarah J. Maas or Moss. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry, but I really like characters like that where Aelin always has some sort of plan that she has manufactured behind the scenes, and nobody even truly knows what she is up to until it's come to fruition. And I think that's something that I want to integrate into my main character because she is so intelligent. She is so herself. And yes, she has a little bit of a double life situation going on in the story, but she never questions who she truly is to her core, because there are so many characters who don't know who they are, and this is not a coming to age story. Like, she is Faye. I think how old is she? She's like 121. So she's 121 years old. She's been on this planet that I've created for this long. She knows who she is. She knows what she's capable of. And more more so to that, she knows for certain how to get what she needs to get done. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna cut that out, but my dog just like jumped in my lap like a freaking chihuahua, even though he's like 60 pounds. Venom, get down, lovey. Anyway, moral of what I was just trying to say is that I want her to resemble certain features within Aelin Galathynius. I want her to have a double life, like Hannah Montana, but like more assassin-esque rather than pop star type of thing. And this isn't a coming of age. This isn't something that like she just decided to do one day. This is her legacy, whether or not everyone around her knows it or not. This is her legacy. And I'm very, very proud of the story that I've crafted here. The only thing to do now is to execute it. And I'm so glad to have you here on this journey while I do that. So, the next video you'll see won't be today because I have to go to work, but it will be of me writing the first chapter. Bye. currently working on the first chapter. Oh my goodness. I did technically have one written, and I've already received a little bit of feedback on it from my writers group. And right now I'm just kind of applying a lot of the critiques that I do agree with. And I'm extending it slightly as the ending does feel a bit rushed, and I want to have more connection with this character before something else happens, and just kind of show their dynamic before it changes. I do think that the current chapter is sitting at about 2,500 words, which is about average for my chapters. I don't typically go over 3,000 words, mainly because I personally don't like super long chapters. I prefer somewhere in the middle. Super short chapters are only really like something that I prefer if it's for a reason, like for an emotional beat or something like that. And every other chapter, I try to stick between 2,500 and 3,000 words just to keep it consistent outside of those shorter chapters, just so that whenever it is short, it's meaningful, if that makes sense. But so far, I really, really love it. Oh my goodness. I do have another chapter swap coming up, so I'm currently just making sure that the chapter is good. It's been like all of the changes that my other group had suggested has been applied to it, so that I'm not getting the same repetitive feedback over and over again. Um, I really like how this is playing out so far. This first chapter really does give you such a good idea of the main character's personality and how she moves. And even, I love how, like, even whenever she herself is understanding and acknowledging the risks of things, she's just so cool on the surface while she's like simmering inside, which I love about her. Um, I love this story so much, but I'm gonna probably check in tomorrow. I have a Mother's Day dinner. As you know, I'm a mamacita, if you will. And then I have my mother in law and my grandmother in law, and we're all going out to dinner with our husbands. And yeah, so hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to write tomorrow, but I'm hoping to have this posted by Sunday on actual Mother's Day. Because on Mother's Day, I want to do nothing but write. That is the goal. So maybe I'll have a second video to upload. Who knows? If there is, I'll obviously tag it. Okay, so I do not have my microphone, so I hope you can hear me okay. But I just finished writing the first part to the third chapter. So I have 2.5 chapters written so far. I have low-key edited as I went for the first 2 chapters, but it's because I I chose to submit the first chapter in for feedback with my writers group on Discord. So I tried to like polish it as much as I could while still letting them know like, hey, I've only done like 3 passes over this, so be nice to me, okay? It's early. It's an early draft. So that way I can get a little bit of early feedback on how it's going. I mainly want to know if this new start to the book is engaging enough for an opening, or if I need to move it back or move it forward within the storyline, because there is a lot that happens first off, because this is the story starts right as the inciting event happens, like the same day, not like first few paragraphs inciting incident. It's more so like setting the scene the first chapter. Second chapter is introducing the second POV, and then the third chapter is where we find out what this inciting event is. So it's kind of, I like fast-paced cinematic kind of writing. Like I want it to feel like you're watching a movie. So that's what I have going on. I really hope that they like it, because I do. I really love it. I know that like not every writer is for every person, and so I am expecting some sort of feedback from people who read different genres or people who read the same genre as me, just to get that diverse opinion before solidifying that into the book. If there is anything that I agree with, and then I'll make some changes. But overall, I think getting feedback as a writer is so important, because whenever you do publish, you're going to have to receive feedback from all different types of people, and getting used to that now is probably within my best interest. Because if I start to query novels and I keep getting like rejection after rejection after rejection, which I assume I will, because that's just the way of this industry, I want to develop that thicker skin that allows me to stay motivated throughout it. But overall, I'm really liking how this story is turning out so far. I have wrestled with replotting, tone shifts, everything, trying to make this story work for 1.5 years. And suddenly it came to me that it wasn't the story's fault. It wasn't, it wasn't the plot really. It was mainly my character. My main character was too much like me. So she wasn't a main character. I'm not a main character. I'm just a girl in a world who likes to write. So having figured that out, or realizing that, I changed my main character's personality almost completely, to make her main character worthy. The whole time writing my first and second draft of this book, trying to figure out what exactly needed to change, I always thought to myself, my main character's best friend is more of a main character than she is. So I kind of swapped their personalities in a sense, because in the first draft, Talia, the best friend, she took all of this initiative to make change, to create her story. And then my main protagonist, Eliana, she reacted. She was very reactive. I wanted someone who would move the story forward. So I kind of swapped their personalities in a sense, while keeping them the same characters. So I think that this is working out in my favor. And yeah, I will keep you updated, but overall, I'm very happy with how things are turning out. And I will be starting reading my chapter swaps chapters this week, so I'm assuming that'll be the next video. But if you guys have any suggestions, or if you guys want to see anything, let me know. And it'll be up. I'm aiming for a post, like a video a week. So yeah, this should be posted on Sunday. And my next video will also be posted on Sunday. I'm gonna post every Sunday, so that's gonna be the vibe. But thank you for watching to the end. If you did, can you leave a book emoji? And yeah, see you later.